Brothers, today's episode, I really have to just give you a word of warning. All right, what I'm teaching you today is stuff that I believe that only 21-year-olds and above should be taking and implementing. I'm being fucking dead serious about this. So, you want to know why? This is just the introduction to my podcast. It's because I'm going to give you an attraction building gambit, or I should really say a seduction gambit, where you can give a girl an orgasm just by your voice. Let's start the podcast. You guys are listening to the Masculinity Show, a podcast for introverts to become more masculine and get the body of an alpha male, and of course get more mentally healthy and get that seducer's mindset, if you get me. And lastly, I help guys become more desirable and get the mindset of a seducer. Let's get into the podcast. I need to make a very quick announcement to all of you. Okay, so listen up. I have a free 7-day course. You'll see it in every single podcast that is fitness related, or maybe money related too, because I have a podcast on self-investment, which you should probably have another word of warning on that one too, because I am pretty fucking intense. Well, just listen to it and you'll find out. Anyways, guys, listen to me. Before I talk about the energy sphere, look in the show notes, okay? I decided to put in a free course. Basically, a free mini course for you to check out. And you'll see how I'm going to basically prepare you for Alpha Body Blueprint, okay? Now, listen to me. Guys, this announcement is only for people interested in Alpha Body Blueprint. I want to be clear with you, okay? When you work out, girls will see that you have energy in the bedroom. Now, won't they? You can pick her up and move her around like a fucking legend. There you go, guys. That's why you got to do that course. All right, let's start the podcast. Oh man, I saw this hilarious gym video, you guys, and I just want to share this with you really quick. That is, it shows a scene in Bad Boys. I forget which one. I think it was like the third one or fourth one. But basically, the caption is when your family tries to interfere with your gym schedule. And basically, what Martin Lawrence and Will Smith both say, they're like, y'all will never do that again. Y'all will never ever do that again. If you get the joke, you guys, that is, your family needs to go by your schedule when it comes to your workouts, if you get me. Now, you guys, the whole point behind that is this. I'm still a personal trainer at the end of the day. So, I know you're like, Adam, I want to hear this gambit where you're going to discuss how to give girls an orgasm with your voice. Well, you know what? I still want you to remember that I'm a personal trainer. So, let's keep fucking going. Now, guys, here's a caveat before I even get into this gambit, this seduction gambit, because, guys, this one here is more of a seduction gambit, okay? The natural woman pattern, right? For that particular one, it's a little lengthy, but understand that it's best that this is done naturally, okay, guys? When it comes to gambits, I prefer natural game, okay? Natural game makes all the difference, you guys, okay? Now, you may hear some one-liners, right? Like my favorite one out of all of them, stop corrupting me with your seductive eyes. I'm not that easy, right? That one, obviously, I love that one. And for example, on those one-liners, you guys, I promised my friends that I wouldn't hang out with bad girls anymore, right? Again, guys, when I'm actually in the field, I will drop one-liners over long, lengthy shit, okay? However, I will do the undeniable sequence, okay? The point behind that tangent is this, you guys. That is a huge one that I would recommend all of you get good at. Listen to 3 gambits to show assertiveness. Back to that point, right? Back to that point. I want you guys to be natural, okay? That's the point, okay? I want you to be natural. I want you to understand that if you want to pull this off the right way, okay? If you want to pull this off the right way, understand that this is all about how you deliver it, okay? How you deliver it. A lot of my podcasts, right? You might think, oh, I'm gonna get all seductive and shit. But you guys, when I am basically telling any girl these type of gambits, all right, I don't sound as seductive as you hear me on my podcast, okay? Here's what I do, you guys. I warm her up first, okay? What does that mean? Brothers, you have to understand that you've got to get her to want to basically kiss you first. You gotta spark that desire, okay? You gotta spark that desire. So listen to me, you guys. The thing that drives girls to want to kiss you or fuck you or even do anything freaky with you is tension, okay? Well, I'll say that one more time. That is so profound. The thing that drives her to want to kiss you and fuck you and even do anything remotely freaky with you is tension, okay? Never fucking forget that. Now, with that said, with that caveat in mind, you guys, let's keep moving forward. So remember, you guys, I recommend those one-liners first, right? Bantering, even include that undeniable sequence shit, which is really good stuff. Guys, listen to me. You don't have to use the entire undeniable sequence, but I recommend that you practice that one, okay? The whole point is this, you guys. You can use the undeniable sequence to actually lead her into this gambit here, okay? This seduction gambit, all right? So, now, I'm going to describe to you what an orgasm is. So, with that said, you guys, I should add a huge caveat to this entire podcast. This is hands down for adults only. Okay, so if you are younger than 18, skip my fucking podcast. I don't want you using this, period. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you came across my podcast and you're under 18. Guys, I'm going to give you another podcast to listen to. If you want to listen to my dating advice, listen to why healthy self-entitlement is attractive, okay? Listen to 3 ways to pace and lead a hot girl's world. Listen to even that 3 gambits to show assertiveness would be another good one too. But guys, this one is purely, strictly for 21-year-olds and above, okay? I'm being honest with you. Please take that into consideration. Guys, I don't want any fucking younger people implementing this shit. That's just my boundary with all of you, okay? Now, let's keep moving forward. Orgasm defined, okay? An orgasm is both a physiological and psychological event. It occurs in both the body and in the mind. The connection between these 2 realms is energy. Physical stimulation can affect your mental state. Imagine the sense of well-being you feel after a perfect massage. You know, like when you get one at Planet Fitness, if you have the black membership, right? The Hydro Lounge. That's just an example, okay? Or an actual massage where someone's actually giving you a massage, right? And the whole point, all right, is you feel really fucking good after that massage, right? And what I'm getting at here, you guys, is likewise, your mental state can affect your physical body. Consider just a placebo, for an example. The placebo effect is just taking like a sugar pill can either cure or cause numerous different physical conditions depending on what you subjectively think the pill is supposed to do. Right, you guys? So, the whole point of bringing up the placebo effect, the whole point behind that is for you to understand that this plays out in the way of your belief, okay? So, in a way, here's what I'm getting at here, you guys. This requires full self-belief in the gambit. If you don't believe in this gambit, then you guys, honestly, skip this fucking podcast. Because I'm going to tell you something. Seduction is not just about being this stoic rock. You have to be willing to basically go with the flow. Okay, guys, listen to me. This is it's a totally different side tangent, but understand, you guys, that if you don't have self-belief, if you don't have that seductive voice, and if you also don't have that assertive energy to show that masculine spirit in the bedroom, then honestly, I suggest that you work on that before you pull off this gambit. Brothers, throw out that logical brain now, because you need to understand that girls like this spiritual shit. A lot of you like thinking, oh wait, Adam, we're going into that weird spiritual airy-fairy stuff. Well, guys, I understand where you're coming from if you don't want to hear this shit. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I would rather do like that reverse psychology shit that I generally do. But I'm going to be real with you. I have delivered this gambit and I've seen how powerful it really is. So, understand this, you guys. Understand this. If you combine the undeniable sequence with the energy sphere gambit, you will get her really fucking turned on. I know this through experience. Now, understand this, you guys. I know moving forward, this will sound airy-fairy. So, just do me a favor and throw out your preconceived notions on your thoughts of spirituality. Because understand this, you guys, girls are into this. So you have to understand the opposite energy polarity, okay? If you don't understand the opposite energy polarity, and if you don't care to understand the opposite energy polarity, then that's bad, okay? That's really fucking bad. You really have to demonstrate an understanding of her sexual world. Okay, guys, key tip here from my book, 77 Ways to Develop a Masculine Mindset. I state very clearly, understand her sexual world. Guys, listen to me. All human beings want to feel understood. They do, okay? Now, honestly, here's a whole point behind that tangent, all right? Even though most human beings want to feel understood, deep down, no one really cares if we understand, like, one another. We just want to feel like they've heard us, okay? And when you describe this to a girl, she's going to be like, whoa, like, this guy is like, basically, he knows me. He knows everything about me. That's hot. So, guys, understand this. When you understand a girl's sexual world, that is a powerful way to show that masculine mindset. As I said, that's taken from my book, you guys. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. When you can understand girls in this way, that's why right here, I endorse this gambit. Because this gambit, literally, guys, if you can show girls that you understand her sexual world, you have no idea how powerful this is. So, yes, this gambit gets stamp of approval from Adam Skoda. So, Chakra. Alright? Basically, this is a word for wheel. Did you know that? This word is Sanskrit word for wheel. Okay? And it represents the 7 wheel-like vortices or force centers which exists in the physical body. Okay? There are 7 centers of the spiritual energy. Let's say that again, you guys. 7 centers of spiritual energy. Okay? Now, let's cover the 7 chakras. I'm going to describe to them on where they're located so that you know. Guys, listen to me. The more you know about this, the better, so that girls can actually get a good sense that you know her in a very spiritual, loving way. Okay, I would hope you guys that you deliver this with passion and you believe in yourself when you deliver this. Again, self-belief is everything. So, crown chakra, located at the very top of the head. Third eye chakra, located in the middle of the forehead, above the eyes. Throat chakra, located in the middle of the throat. Heart chakra, located in the center of the chest. Solar plexus chakra, located where the ribs come together in the front. Sacral chakra, located in the lower belly. And you guys, this is where it gets a little naughty. Okay, are you ready? Root chakra, located at the root of her spine in the genital area. There we go, you guys. So, with that said, you guys, let's get into the gambit. You gotta get her in the mood, alright? So first, remember, the thing that drives her to want to kiss you and fuck you, or even do anything remotely sexual with you, is tension. You have to remember that. So, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Escalate and release. Or even implement the undeniable sequence, as that will increase tension. And then you prepare for the gambit. There are a few important things that you must remember before we get into this, okay? Lead confidently. When performing this gambit, even for the first time, it is important that you convey that this is a technique that works. It does. Do not approach this as an experiment or as something that might work, okay? Again, I said self-belief is everything. Self-assuredness. And even more importantly, you know what the fuck you're talking about when you deliver this. Because you have that self-belief, right? And self-assuredness. And that alpha male vibe to your presence, she will naturally follow you, okay? So, with that said, I should add, even though I talk about attraction, high status conversations, and pacing and leading in my work, I'm referring to Closer's Guide to Seduction. Understand that there is a miniature 4th pillar, and that is called deep rapport, okay? Deep rapport matters, brothers. I briefly touch upon deep rapport. I think it was Mind Warp Gambit. Okay, yes. Deep rapport is very effective. So, again, when a man and woman are in rapport on how they understand each other sexually, that basically can amplify your sex life with your partner. So even if you're with a girl right now, I suggest that you listen to this podcast, because I'm telling you, this gambit has the potential to really spice up your sex life. So here's the big point. Don't get hard on yourself if she doesn't climax. That's the point, okay? You will still have made her really horny, and then she will want to get it on with you, okay? So, second big point before you deliver the gambit. Speak seductively, okay? Since you will not be touching your woman, your only tool for interacting with her will be your voice. Speak slowly. Speak in a deep, rhythmic, and hypnotic tone. But be aware not to speak monotone. If your voice
is not naturally like this, practice speaking seductively. Guys, I told you already, these girls want to kiss you. Practice your bedroom voice. Now, it's time to start the gambit. Okay. Cold read, right here. I can tell that you are a very sensual person, and I would like to explore your sexual side. How would you like it if I told you I could make you orgasm without even touching you? Again, you guys, do you want to know why I said this gambit is for 21-year-olds and above? Now you know. Now, here, she'll say, yeah, I would love to see you do that. Girls will say that. That is, if you have already hooked up, okay? The point, you guys, is to have a connection. Now, you follow it up and you say, I can do this for you, but you need to agree to 2 things. 1, you need to trust and follow what I say, although I promise you will enjoy everything that I ask you to do. 2nd, you are not allowed to touch me, and I am not allowed to touch you. I'm sure you would definitely want to touch me while I deliver this, and to feel our skin pressed up against one another. It is forbidden. Can you agree to that? Obviously, this right here, you guys, you need her compliance. You need her compliance here. Now, this isn't some type of power trip, so don't misinterpret me, okay? You just need her to agree to this. That's the big point. Don't misinterpret me. Now, she agrees. She agrees. Now you say this. Do you know what sexual energy spots are? Human beings have 7 chakras, or sexual energy spots. Focus on your energy, and these spots can give you intense pleasure and channel the energy of your body. You have 7 spots where the energy in your body is centered. The crown at the peak of your head, the 3rd eye in the middle of your forehead, the throat is in your throat, the heart in the solar plexus, the sacral in your lower belly, and the root at the base of your spine and in your vagina. Now, brothers, the point here is this, okay? You are going to anchor her feelings of having an orgasm to her breathing, okay? You say, I want you to think back to the last time you had a powerful orgasm. Relive that moment. Allow yourself to go back in time. Remember the feelings that your body felt. Allow yourself to go deep, deep back to that moment. Feel the energy in your body, and in your stomach, and in your vagina. Now allow yourself to remember how you are breathing. Let yourself feel and experience that breathing right now. Let yourself experience what it was like to breathe like that as you experienced that orgasm. Now open your eyes and breathe just like that. Guys, you need to make sure that she is breathing the way she breathed when she last had an orgasm. Okay? And because you have a connection with her, I would hope that she's remembering a time with you, not with some other guy, because that's not good. You better be paying attention to your girl, you guys. That is, if you're with someone, fucking pay attention. Now, we need to anchor We're going to anchor this feeling to a physical sensation. You can anchor it to anything. For this demonstration, I will anchor it to a simple sensation, but you could anchor it to anything, to your touch, to her touching her vagina, whatever you like, okay? Alright guys, I'm about to turn up the heat, so listen to this next sequence. Understand that I need each and every one of you to basically erase any disbelief and allow your critical factor to rest. More importantly, I need you to throw out your preconceived notions, as I have been saying, you guys, because the more you believe, the more this will work, okay? So, this is a listener favor that I'm asking before I get into the next part of energy sphere. Consider these 3 points, all right? Energy is real. Physical energy, emotional energy, and psychic energy, okay? Now, some of you are probably wondering how. Well, brothers, as I said, you need to erase any disbelief. Allow your critical factor to rest. Energy is real. Physical energy, emotional energy, and psychic energy, okay? Second point here is energy flows where attention goes, okay? Energy can be directed by using your intent, all right? Now, what is intent defined? Okay, I'll tell you right now. Okay, intense focus and frame, all right? Also, leading, and as I said, suspend your disbelief, okay? It's bound to be repeated, you guys. So, intent defined equals intense focus and will. Okay, intent defined is intense focus and will. That means, you guys, that strong masculine frame is important. Now, let's keep fucking going to the next part of this gambit, okay? So, as we were describing, you want her to be breathing the way she was the last time she orgasmed, okay? And when you visualize your own energy fields, right? And you have intense focus and will, which is intent, you guys. Intense focus and will is intent in a nutshell, okay? On top of leading confidently, this will work, okay? Energy goes where attention flows, right? And remember, you have those 3 different types of energy. Physical energy, emotional energy, and psychic energy, right? Now, with that said, let's go. You say this to her. Now, as you breathe like this, and feel what it was like to experience that wonderful orgasm, that powerful orgasm. It's very vivid now. I want you to take all this amazing pleasure and sensual energy and seal it up. Clench your fists tightly for me right now and feel this energy being stored there, and allow this energy to be stored there. You can unclench your fists. Now that this energy is stored there, you can unclench your fists. And as you unclench your fists, you can feel your breathing returning to normal. In fact, it feels relaxing to have your breathing return to normal. And now that your fists are unclenched, you can breathe deeply in and out and feel how relaxing it is. Now, what we just did here, okay? We've anchored this feeling, okay? Basically, here's what happened, you guys. It is time to stimulate her 7 chakras, okay? It is time to stimulate her 7 chakras, okay? Look into her eyes, brothers. Look down to her lips. Then look back up to her eyes and you say this. Now tell me what your ultimate sexual fantasy is. For me, it is basically having fun in a hot tub. Nothing too perverse, you guys. Nothing too perverse, okay? I want to make this very clear. When you describe your sexual fantasy, make sure it's nothing too crazy or too psychotic, okay? Don't involve weird shit. That's what I'm getting at here. Don't be weird behind your fantasies, you guys. Listen to me, you guys. I know I talk about, like, not watching porn. And in fact, I'm very clear about that. But when you describe to her your fantasy, you make sure you just have a healthy sexual fantasy. Don't have an unhealthy sexual fantasy. That's the point here, right? Okay, so what environment would you like? Would it be in the beach? Would it be in a hot tub, like I just said for me? Or would it just be by a lake? Or would it even be by a warm fireplace? Would it even be on a rainy day, on a rainy night? Or even it could just be like a hot makeout on the pier by a sunset. If you get me. Now, allow her to describe her ideal situation, okay? Right here, guys, just let her say her fantasy. Now, you follow it up and you say this. That sounds really fucking awesome. I love it. Now, imagine yourself right there in your ideal sexual fantasy. I want you to basically mimic her trance words, okay? Mimic her trance words. This is called mirroring. Now, I'll get to that in a different podcast, you guys. You need to basically echo back her language, okay? Mirroring and the echo prime effect are very similar. Just listen to my episode called Mind Warp to understand that. Now, these are her trance words, right? And they are important to her fantasy, okay? They are very important to her fantasy. Go into detail, telling her to imagine herself in this fantasy situation and describe the environment in detail. And I want you to use her trance words. Again, mirror, guys, mimic her trance words. It's the same thing. Mirror, mimic. You just want to basically use the words that she's using. But you guys, again, I want to be clear about this. This requires a full podcast. Don't use her trance words in a way where it's like being fucking weird or even trying to like be like her, because that right there is you being incongruent, okay? Just learn to echo back her language in a way where it comes across as genuine, okay? That's the point. It needs to be genuine. Now, as you think about this, let yourself imagine that some of that energy in your hands comes out and it forms a little glowing sphere. Tell me what color that energy ball is. Allow it to feel amazing. Now, here, you guys, she's going to describe this glowing sphere, okay? She's going to describe this glowing sphere. Let's keep leading, you guys. Keep fucking leading. I want you to imagine that ball of glowing red, warm energy travels to the very top of your head, and you can feel that warmth gently caressing the top of your head, and the warm red glow travels across your head and down your hair. Now, let yourself feel how nice this feels. Let yourself feel this sexual energy coming from this red ball. As it swirls around the top of your head, it feels really sensual. Like the feeling of someone gently tugging at your hair. And you just spend a little bit more time just describing this glowing ball and how it feels, you guys. You want to really get descriptive here because, you guys, as I said in my episode called Get Her to Visualize Kissing You, okay, I said there are 4 doorways into the female mind: body sensations and emotional connections, getting her to visualize, and also just leading confidently. That is very important too. Now, let's keep fucking going as you experience the sexual energy. It makes the ball glow brighter and move down your forehead. As it reaches to your forehead, it changes color to pink. You feel it gently caress your forehead like a perfect, gentle kiss on your brow. And you notice that as you breathe in and breathe out, the glowing ball of pink light grows brighter, like a glowing embers in the wind. And as it glows brighter with each breath, you feel its warm energy wash over your forehead, laying soft, sensual kisses. Now, that this ball of energy moves down your throat, and it moves down, it glows brighter, it becomes larger, and this warm glowing sphere reaches your throat, and it changes color once again, and now it glows white, brighter than ever. It's white and it's brighter than ever. You can let yourself feel the sexual energy that it gives off, and the warm, tingly energy from this glowing ball tickles, and it feels like warm kisses on the nape of your neck. As you breathe in and out, the energy ball glows brighter and swirls around and around your neck, and the energy resonates like a million little kisses. Now, the ball of energy becomes red, and it moves down to the center of your chest, radiating out from your heart and filling your chest with warm vibrations and energy. The sensual energy of the sphere, it feels like a warm tongue on your nipples. You almost feel like a shiver of pleasure, and it warms like a light that grows brighter and brighter with each breath you take. So this may be a lot to remember, you guys. Just remember this part right here, okay? Say that one more time so you can really digest it. Now, the ball of energy becomes red, and it moves down to the center of your chest, radiating out from your heart and filling your chest with warm vibrations and energy. The sensual energy of the sphere feels like a warm tongue on your nipples, and you almost feel a shiver of pleasure, and it warms light, grows brighter and brighter with each breath you take. Now, the ball of energy, glowing brighter than ever, changes color to purple and glides down to your stomach. With each breath, it glows brighter, and it swirls around your lower belly like a tongue, leaving gentle kisses. The ball of energy moves from your upper belly to your lower belly, and its warm energy feels like a warm tongue swirling around and licking your belly button. As you breathe in and out, you feel the energy glowing brighter and brighter, and it fills your belly. Now this big glowing ball of purple sensual energy is just aching to move inside of your pussy. It wants to go there so badly. Now you open up and you let it, as this big throbbing ball of energy slowly moves inside of you. It changes back to the red, but bigger, brighter, warmer, and move powerful than ever before. Now squeeze your fists together, and as your breathing becomes faster and faster, you feel the energy ball penetrate you more and more completely. You are now breathing faster and faster. You can feel the ball of energy lick your pussy and fill your pussy with the most amazing sensation, like that previous orgasm that you have been thinking about this entire time. And as you squeeze your fists tightly, the ball of energy gets bigger and bigger until it feels like it's going to explode. The energy is so big, it feels so good, pulsing inside of you. It's pulsing inside of you. It's pulsating. It gets bigger and it gets bigger. And as you clench your fists, you are breathing like the last time you just had an orgasm, and you let the ball of energy explode, and the energy travels throughout your entire body. It courses from your pussy to your belly, up to your heart, your throat, and out the top of your head. You let yourself go. You let yourself come. And this wonderful ball of energy explodes through every cell of your body. As you squeeze your hands together, you feel very fucking horny. Now open your eyes. That's my podcast for today. Brothers, listen to me. Tread lightly with that. Speaking to you from experience, it does give girls a very arousing experience. You're going to want to write that one down. Like, take notes on that gambit. I genuinely mean that. Okay? Take notes on that. One last note I want to make before I wrap up this podcast. Make sure that you focus on her breathing and she is breathing the right way that you ask her to.